Here I have the UFL 3000 grow light from Unit Farm, growing 6 trays of microgreens underneath it. It's a 200 watt light. I did an unboxing video on this recently. It does put off a little bit of heat. It's kind of hot to touch, but that's to be expected with a light that draws 200 watts. This is overkill, really, for what I'm doing. You could easily be growing peppers or tomatoes or whatever under this light. And one of the reasons I have it set up like this is I'm going to experiment with some other things. But some of these trays I am getting ready to harvest probably tomorrow morning. And some of them are going to stay and I'm going to grow them a little bit longer. But I wanted to show you how it's done so far. So this is some Osaka purple mustard. This is grown with cocoa coir, perlite, and vermicera earthworm castings. I've told you about those earthworm castings before. I've been very happy with them. Some China rose radish here. Looking fantastic. Some mammoth red rock cabbage, also doing great. Here is more of the purple Osaka mustard. That's in regular Pro Mix pot and soil. Here is some of that red Garnet Mustard, also in a regular pot and soil. And here is some red Garnet Amaranth, also in a regular pot and soil. So overall, these are all doing really, really well. Now the mustard, both mustards, the purple Osaka or Osaka purple and the red Garnet mustard, I will be growing those for probably another week. I want to get first true leaves on those. The red Garnet, I've done that before, so that won't be a surprise to me, but I want to show you in case you haven't seen it before. But the Osaka purple will be new to me. I've never grown this beyond what it's at right now. And this was one of my favorite flavored mustards when I did a recent mustard trial. So we'll check back in a few days and see how things are going. Well, we've grown these mustards about as long as I really intend to underneath this Unit Farm light, which is extremely intense. This is the red Garnet mustard. You can see that the first true leaves have come out and they're absolutely beautiful. This is easily my favorite mustard to grow because of the colors. And then we've got the purple Osaka, and this also has the first true leaves have really come out. It's a nice looking mustard, but it doesn't compare to the red Garnet. Now this light is way more intense than what you need for microgreens, but it does work just fine. I think if I had a bigger area here, that could even be a lot higher up. It's probably a good 2.5 feet away from the microgreens, and it could probably be double that and be just fine. And so because it's so intense, it actually was drying up the microgreens a lot faster than I'm used to. A lot of the time I had to water them twice a day instead of once a day or once every other day. And so these back here had fallen over a few times. It's kind of hard to see in this camera angle, but they had fallen over a few times from drying up. And they perked back up a bit, but they never kind of stood straight up again like they used to be. Another interesting thing with the purple Osaka, if I'm pronouncing that right, is you can see how the codlin leaves on some of these have turned You know, they kind of look purple, but sometimes you'll see that just before they start to yellow. And if you let them go much further, probably another day, they will start to yellow up and they won't look very good at all. Now that's normal for a codlin leaf. They're not supposed to stay around for a very long time, which is a reason why some microgreens don't work great as a baby green. The other thing is that this is just regular potting soil, a Pro Mix potting soil. And so I haven't added any sort of nutrients. And sometimes you'll see that also from nutrient starvation, because this is a, you know, a really dense tray with just about a ½ inch of potting soil in there. See, look, good and healthy roots coming out of it. Not as many as I would really expect to see. Let's see what this one looks like. About the same on this tray. Sorry, it's a little hazy from the light. So these are, they're very rigid feeling. Like, they're not super tender, and that could be because I grew them longer, but it also could be that intensity of that light. Now, I will definitely be doing more grows with this light. One of the reasons I took the top racks off of these grow racks is so that I would have room if I want to grow other stuff. So I want to do more experiments with that light. That light's really not ideal for microgreens. It's way more powerful than what you need. So I'm gonna grow some peppers. I'm gonna see if I can find like a really short tomato. Does anybody know of a really compact tomato plant? Maybe even a cherry or something, but something that just doesn't grow very tall. I can't remember if that's an indeterminate or a determinate. I always get those two confused, but I think it's determinate that will stay small. But I'd love to grow a few things under here throughout the winter and just see how this light performs of actually growing something to fruit. So let me set the camera down for a second. I'm gonna grab some scissors and cut some of these so we can give them a little taste. All right, so here are the red garnet, the purple Osaka. I can tell you that just cutting those little bit, yes, everybody always picks on me for not saying my G's, pronouncing my G's, but whatever. So just doing that, especially when I cut the red garnet, the smell was just intense. So let me just go ahead and try these out. Apologize, I don't have a whole lot of room in this little grow room I'm in, but that one's pretty good. Now, last time I ate these, tested them, they really weren't overly powering, and they're still not. These are a pretty mild mustard, but they do have a nice kick, nice mustard kick, like just enough. I wouldn't call them spicy by any means. Now for the purple Osaka. Now I would say that for me, without a doubt, I prefer the flavor of the purple Osaka. That's got a nice kick to it, a nice peppery mustard, sort of wasabi-like punch. So I like that one. But for looks, it's the red garnet, without any question for me. Especially if you let those first true leaves come out and you get that nice like lime green leaves popping out of there. So that's gonna do it for this video. Real short one. If you're interested in trying out these mustards, I'll have links in the description and also links for the light if that's something that you're interested in checking out. And appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching.